Okay, so right here is when time officially starts. Now. Might be a little feedback there just because of testing out the audio. So this whole run has been messing with me.
Fuck.
The first day I really tried it, I beat the world record by like 50 seconds. But I didn't really like the run. I had like died a few times and whatnot. And I wasn't taking very fast routes for a lot of stuff. So I really wasn't happy with it. Even though I beat the world record, I beat it by not using any better techniques. But since then, I've been trying different routes or whatever. And it's been killing me. And once I die at a certain point, I just stop. There's one part that I still do the long way, because it's the safe way. And for whatever reason, I could practice the checkpoint a million times. It just does not cooperate with me when I get to the point in the game. So I do feel like that part is different. It's changed when you just load checkpoint over and over, as opposed to actually playing through that section in its entirety. And I'll mention it when I get there. And it's like one of the 2 times, I think, 2 or 3 times where I just wait around. That guy is even killing me. If you run behind him too quickly, he'll stab you, kill you instantly. Last night I was on just awesome pace. Probably my best pace. Definitely a PB. And my PB at this point would be a world record. And the Twitch app just dead stopped broadcasting. No explanation why. Gonna get my stamina back here, so the first enemy of the game doesn't kill me. So once I hit that card, I start running. And you could just run past Marta here. Easy peasy. Thing used to have to, well, the thing that I personally did before that was to lure her out and then run around the shack. I kind of missed that. This game is really finicky about a lot of things, especially when it comes to crouching and sliding. Like sometimes I could just slide halfway down that little corridor. Other times the game just says, "No, you're gonna crouch here."
Jesus! God wants me dead? Okay.
Another very simple part. All you have to do here is run around this guy. And once you get there, you're safe.
What the fuck was that?
Why must we do this terrible violence? Do you hate us, God? Do you hate this world?
So yeah, when it stopped broadcasting last night, I was like an hour 15 minutes in on the Raft QTE. And that's when I noticed it. I don't know when it stopped broadcasting. But either way, my time would have been screwed up. I would have had to like make it a segmented run. It would have been pretty bad. So decided to start anew today. But the majority of changes to my run are made in the first and second chapter. So theoretically, once I get to 3, 4, and 5, and 6, it should be just pretty much doing everything the same. There's one part in chapter 4 that's a bit different, but that doesn't require any like danger on my part.
Oh God, Blake.
Are you okay?
No.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Oh shit.
So I'm getting
We have
here
to
like
run.
3 seconds late.
Lynn, where are we going?
But if my route is panned out
Here.
and you know, everything happens that I believe is supposed to happen, that I plan to happen, then this will be a run that is improved by minutes as opposed to a few seconds.
Oh God.
I mean, it sucks that I lose time compared to previous attempts, but
It hurts.
overall,
What's wrong?
this should be like minutes faster than the current recorded world record.
I have to stop. I need. Oh God.
Jesus Christ, Lynn.
Bit different on PC.
What's happening here?
You were dead.
On PC, because this load times are so much better, you could save and load
I'm here.
like pretty much every time there's a long running section that you run out of stamina, and then when you load the game again, you have full battery and full stamina, and that's why they have like those 2 separate times listed, with and without loads.
Coming.
But in the PC version, the loads, you know, you do it pretty much like every few minutes, where you would save and quit and then continue. But in this, every load screen is like 15 to 20 seconds. So if I were to do that, I would just be sitting here all day. And I don't believe that makes for an
They're all
entertaining
fucking
run.
insane.
I don't believe that makes for a run that's really
What is going on?
worth watching. Is that interesting? I'm sure it'll save me time if I learn how to do it properly, and you know
Okay.
when to save and exit, when to continue. But there's only 2 times where I use it, and that's because even with the loading in, it'll save overall time, and that's with Ethan, which is coming up here shortly,
Swear to
and then
fucking
Looter
Christ, the
Milcher.
first
I don't have to
person
wait
who
for
loses
him
their
to
eyes.
do his song.
God, no! No!
And another reason why I
God.
do the save and exit for Ethan, it's not only does it skip part of the cutscene, but I get my battery back. And if you notice, well, you'll see when I'm doing like, stuff coming up, a lot of my battery is just not there. You start the game with like half, I think, and I use a lot of it going down that first path by the helicopter pilot. It's the Val introduction.
I've watched my father fuck your god to
Blake! Blake!
death. Hush.
Lynn, no! Wait! No, wait! Don't!
There you go.
No! No! Oh! For fuck's sake! Shit!
Take her home. I'm gonna share my love with the father.
Motherfucker!
God doesn't love you. Not like I do.
And that is a line that you will hear again near the end of the game.
Yes, my love. Ah. We have, mother. I think I'll see you again.
I'd have to get dazed by this punch. You'll be good to go. So I just kind of
Oh,
keep
shit!
my
Lynn!
fingers on the stick during this.
Lynn!
You just do that turn immediately once you're able to move.
Jesus. Jesus, God. Fuck were they? Called them heretics. They called Lynn mother. It is not just
And
a cult.
right around here is when I start
Two
to run.
sides. Christians and something else. Oh, oh.
And it's cool if he spots you. Once you get into this door here, he's no longer a threat. That light typically signals the changes of between the school and the village,
When we
and it also incapacitates the enemies.
back and forth.
I did this right last night. Let's see if I can do it right again. Nope. I haven't really perfected that, but there's a way to like hide out to the right between lockers. So when you get pushed back, you don't get pushed back all the way. And that saves like a second, I think. And here's where I'm gonna quit out. As soon as that saving comes up. You skip the tumble down cutscene, you skip the Ethan talking to you on the ground cutscene, and you get all your battery back. So, even though it takes ages to load up, that's a decent time of doing it.
Who are you?
My name's Ethan.
But I mean, are you one of them?
Yeah, normally Ethan's
Whose
like
side are you on?
above you,
They're not trying to kill you.
offering you his hand,
I've been
talking to you about stuff,
unborn.
and then you get to this
See too
point.
much to keep the faith.
But you're not
And
one
since
of those
there
other
is a with and without
ones.
load
Heretics.
Didn't say squat with my wife.
time on this,
Had to get cast
that
out.
like 15 seconds or whatever it was
Plain would
will be
not.
taken out of the
Pressed himself
final
in my
time. I would
hand,
just have to do the
and she knocked
watch it in real time
I'm sorry.
and determine how long it was.
He saved my grandson. Baby he put in her was by the Antichrist, and I had to slit her belly and kill the child. I gave her a chance to run. Spun them idiots some stories.
I found out there it doesn't really matter where you are in relation to him, because as you're turning, he'll start his
She was 8
story.
months pregnant, blonde hair, cut like a boy's.
Yeah. What do you know? You seen her?
It's why we came here.
Is she all right? Please, Mister, just tell me she's okay.
She's fine.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. And God bless you.
So as soon as he opens the door is when you could proceed up the stairs. I give him like a few seconds to do that, otherwise you could just get stuck on the bottom of the stairs and waste time.
I'll be okay.
I should head down to the root cellar. Got a bed down there. You can hide till you're fixed up. It's
And I do
all right.
want those bandages, but because of the next scene, I could just take them without any kind of time penalty.
Ethan's gonna treat you right.
Please, Blake. Where are you? I'm scared. He's coming. He's here! Ah! Get away!
And then once you wake up here, Marta is
Righteousness cannot pass in
above you, interrogating Ethan. And since you can't do anything, now is the perfect time to go and pick up those bandages.
If I knew where the outsider was,
Prophet don't need your help in finding the devil's whore and her up me. No questions even now, other heretics at chapel. God will guide.
Ain't I hurt?
I just position myself here for this whole scene because there's nothing I could do anyway.
You sinned when you denied the prophet your daughter. You sinned since to deny. No way. The outsider is. His seed begat the enemy. God and the prophet both lost.
Just let me talk to you. I can explain.
Be still. Take your penance. God loves you. God loves you. Catamite's the devil.
And after that catamite to the devil, that's probably where I'd put a split if I knew how.
I hope you find your daughter.
Sometimes that jump like does something weird to me and like throws me to the side. At the end of this dock, I jump here. And now I'm able to walk and get my stamina back. And I was like considering doing a save and quit at this upcoming part just because it takes so long to get your stamina back. But it doesn't take 15 seconds. Nearly that long. Maybe half that.
Them suffering are not the children of God. Those are heretics and servants of the enemy. Lock your doors and bar your windows. Hold your loved ones.
I'm just gonna walk the rest of this way
The enemy is
just to make sure I have full stamina for this next part, because this next part is pretty easy to die.
We must rise to face it. There's no innocence among the outsiders in our midst. Give them the knives, the club, the fist, if it's all you got.
But if you go through there quickly, then those guys won't even spot you. Or if you run out of stamina at some point, they'll know you're there. You just die in one hit at that part. This is another part where on PC they do it differently. They run forward and just move that cart while that guy is right there. And I can't get it properly. I don't know if it's like a frame thing or if he like positions himself the right way. Either way, it's not something that I am able to replicate even in practice. So I just hide under this wheel. Once he passes by, roll over the glass so it doesn't crunch. Don't want to get spotted before I do this. After I do that, it's okay.
Fucking Christ!
I see people do a thing where they like run between the tree and the cactus, but I feel like you just get caught so much easier doing it. There's like a higher chance for messing up something so stupid, so I just run around the tree. Normally I don't have to like clamber up on that jump, but that's okay. Yeah, there's just some parts of this game that are really finicky. Like, anything that has to do with crouching, it's like, good luck.
Church? No. Some kind of heretic temple.
Here I take a second to realign myself, because sometimes that jump could just suck. You know, kill you. And you won't grab on, you'll just like fly to the right in the middle of it. Here, even though I'm exhausted and hurting a little bit, I just persevere through because I know I can recover right here. You could slide down there, and I just do this jump because it's very easy to get caught on those rocks. I've also seen people on PC do this glitch where they could, like every time they push something, they could push themselves past it and just end up like where they need to be without having to push the thing all the way. I have no idea how to do that.
It's up there, isn't it?
I'm gonna walk here. Gonna get my stamina back. Reserve it for this next bit. The guy in the house on the right. There's a guy walks out here on the front. Just go past them both.
That's gotta be it. If I can find my way back to the other.
And I'm getting my stamina back for the next part just by doing this. You gotta turn around there. If you like walk backwards or just like run around, she'll stab you. If you touch her at any point, she'll stab you. I wait for her to go, and then I jump down here. Just the fastest and safest way to go. Then once I reach this part, I start walking. And once I see Marta, I know I'm good to start running. There are times where I'm a little overzealous. And I start running before she like really spots me. And she'll like cut me off. Walk in front of me while I'm doing that loop around. I'm getting better at remembering where that is.
Wait!
I used to believe that you had to like test that door in order to do that, but I realized that all you have to do is run in that direction. Onto the yard.
I'll bleed you in the yard!
And for these chase sequences, all you have to do is like have a good idea of where you're going, and once you do, you'll be good to go. Once you get in here, there's only one more enemy in this house.
Consume the flesh. It's bastard whale. We're in the bones bit.
I wait on the side of the door for him to break through. And then I just bolt it there. Once they break in, I know that I moved that enough. Sometimes they don't bother. I don't know what the specific trigger for that is. Oops. Crap. That was a waste.
The fuck is this? Ah, shit.
There's also a glitch that like allows you to jump across these ledges that I've seen. Like all the ledges, I don't know how to do it. Like if people figure out how to do that stuff on console, then they could like smash my time. I wait for a second there just to get some more stamina. But for the most part, I think that fall gives me the majority of it back. As long as you get to here without being exhausted, you're fine. But a lot of the things that have ended my runs are just like overestimating how much stamina Blake has. Like I would be waiting at one part for 2-3 seconds and be like, oh yeah, I have enough, I'm good. And then I start running and I could already tell right off the bat, no, I'm not good. I move to the right in here because there's a pitchfork that comes out like directly in front. And if you move to the right and move up, then you could get caught underneath the house. So that way you don't have to waste time like ducking and then crawling. You just go straight from ducking to crawling. And that's another part that's really, really finicky about what you're telling the game to do, if you're telling it to crawl or do anything else. So So up here, there's a little glitch. Come over here and I recharge for a second or two. And then I run. If you hit that fence, like the way I did, before you hit the ground, you don't take damage from the fall. So you don't have to waste a bandage, and you don't have to spend the time using the bandage. And you should recover all your stamina that you used pushing the cart. I go until the game auto stops me. And then I run over here. Wait for Marta to walk away. And once she does, she now has to loop all the way around. Which theoretically gives me enough time to push this cart all the way here. And once I hear the scream, I know she's close. And I am also close enough with the cart. If you do that fast enough, you skip a cutscene. Normally, if she grabs your legs, gives them a little tickle. You don't have to watch that if you are far enough ahead of her. And confessional time. So, another period where I don't gotta do much.
My name's Blake.
The father
I'm not anybody's father. I just...
killed me. You have to kill me. North is coming back. With Mary. He'll hurt her and I'll talk. If you kill me, he won't have reason to hurt her. Please.
We found her, Josiah. Trying to flee amongst the skulls. Not the actions of a woman unburdened by an immaculate...
Not like 33 minutes, that's not bad at all.
Mary. Oh, God.
Answer your yoke mate, honey. He can't see you.
It's me, Josiah. Please, tell him I don't...
Let her go. Oh, God, Mary, I'm sorry. I didn't want...
God hates vanity. So do I. The outsider woman has this world's destruction in her womb. But Val and his apostate stole away the unborn enemy. The fiend's father has escaped. She will bear her filthy yield before dawn. We have only these few hours to find her and kill her and save this paradise from hell everlasting. Where is she? Where did Val take her?
I can't.
This is for you, Josiah. Make the woman scream. Where's the woman? The womb that harbors the Antichrist.
Strengthen the rebellious angel. I have no fear. Strength. Enemy of my enemy. Enemy of my enemy. Enemy of my enemy.
Tell Josiah to make it stop. God ain't got ears for simple.
Stop! Oh, God, please!
Where is the woman? Where did Val take her?
Stop! Stop! I'll tell you! I'm sorry, Mary. I'm so sorry.
Where is the woman?
The mines of the mountain. Val has her in the mines. You'll never get her back. Not before the birth.
We are the hands of the Lord. We cannot fail.
The world dies screaming.
Thank you, Joe. That's American. Give the woman rest.
There's the possibility. Then it might be worth it to save and quit after you get that last scene, so you don't have to wait for these guys to walk away. But I think that's like 15 seconds. This part is really like annoying on Insane, but luckily since we're not playing Insane, I still fuck up the very simple thing. But if this were Insane, that would have killed me without question. That's just what I'm doing today. I'm getting a little overzealous in my, letting things go. The bookcase, and now that. Gonna start walking here just to get my stamina back. And there are enemies in this corner. If you just stick to the left, you'll be alright. I'm gonna walk here just to get some stamina. And then once I can run, first do this door. Lock it for later.
That should do the trick.
And then once I get here, I dive at that from a weird angle. In doing so, it doesn't... like, if you were, like, just crouch there and walk under, the game will, for some reason, try to stand you up in the middle of that. So I avoid that by just doing that there.
Jesus, don't you ever quit?
So this is where I play it safe. I'll show you guys when I get over there, but there's like a little barricade that you can, because I have done it. You could run to that barricade and make Marta run and like follow you, and then you run around the barricade and then through the gap in the wall. So that barricade, you would just run around it and kind of fake Marta out. And I could practice the checkpoint all day, and I could get it very consistently. But coming into that section from a run, or the previous checkpoint, I can't do it. I don't know if there's like, her path is a little bit different, or if you get there a little early, a little late when you're coming in off of the checkpoint, whatever it is. But all I know is that it is much, much safer for me to avoid that entirely. And, I mean, it saves time. It saves a good, like, 5 to 7 seconds, I think. But worth it, especially if you get Marta to start doing her little, like, run jog thing when she gets closer to you. You don't gotta fully wait. Once I'm in here, I'm gonna run again. Luckily, I don't have to pull this door open, because I'd probably screw that up too. And you slide there. There's like another like weird glitch that this game will do, where if you try to just crouch there, then you'll walk forward, stand up, crouch, walk forward, stand up, crouch, and you'll just like get stuck in like a little loop. It's never killed me, but it's gotten me to scream at the TV. And this park glitches on me just constantly.
Wait.
And since I'm having a good run, it probably will again.
Wake up. They're still here. The other half of this must be somewhere. Jessica would have left the hangman somewhere. For Lynn to find.
This part is fine. It's, when I get into the hallway where it becomes a problem.
Unforgivable. Sounds about right.
So what's supposed to happen is you run there once, you run back here, try these doors, oh no, they're all locked, turn around, and you run back here a second time. No, it's still locked, oh what the heck? Then you run back here. Get exhausted at this point. Now I come back here, and when you go there the third time, what's supposed to happen is Luda Milch jump scares you. And it has in fact glitched on me yet again. So this is just gonna waste time. Oh, I didn't expect him to do that. Sometimes you gotta go the extra run. You have to run there 4 times. On Insane, I've always done it 3 times. Maybe it's different on normal. IDK. And here you just move forward. Game will automatically give you that. And you can crawl out of there. We are now in chapter 2, which is the Scald. I have one... Is it one? Yeah, I have one major change to the way I run the game here. And it's probably, the one time where I do something different and it's safer. I also do that, which is most decidedly not safe. Because I don't think you could grab on there, so if you like just miss that jump by an inch, normally he'll grab onto the ledge, but I think on those edges he won't. But luckily he has. Might do that just to experiment, see what happens when I jump too early. I'm at about 45 minutes coming into this. This is about where I was last night on my insane pace.
Suffering is done. Last words true. Momentous times are upon us.
And here I just tap X until I can get myself down.
Taking the long way.
I got really like lost there last night. I don't know why. The route is like right in front of you. And here you just run. Till you get here, and then you crouch. On the run where I beat the world record by 20 seconds, I didn't really do very well, but at that part there, I ducked down, and the game like glitched, and I got stuck in between that log and the, I don't know what, the trees maybe? I don't know, something. And I just got completely stuck there, and that really, I think I wasted like a full 30 seconds or a minute there.
God, fuck!
Get thrown up on there. That part, you don't need to have the camera on, but I like having it on. Because the guy on the... If the guy in the tent grabs you, then the guy who's coming from the left can hit you much more easily. So coming up is the probably most significant change I've made, period, for the run. And PC people do that part very differently. They don't have to watch that scene of you getting punched. But again, it doesn't save me enough time to justify doing it. Once I get here, start running. And I'm going to get shot in the back. That happens. That's completely unavoidable. But you don't have to wait for them to like pursue you. You don't have to hide anywhere. Because when you hide there, that part just sucks. They'll get you. Like I've done the same thing 10 times, and they react differently 5 out of the 10 times. So just running past them there is great technique that I learned. And I just use the camera there to orient myself. So I'm going into the crucifixion scene like sub 50 minutes. I think my PB on this was coming in here with like 56. So I'm like over 5 minutes ahead of my PB.
No! No! Let go! Fuck! Give him to us! Let us have him! Fuck off! God damn it! No!
Ah, praise God and his prophet now. Praise God. Forgive me, Lord. But I have to be sure. Open his mouth, Nick. Swallow that. There you go. God, please, let him be the one. He's unmarked. He's pure. He is the Skull Messiah. You half-wit dog's cunt. He ain't been transubstantiated yet.
I think I'm gonna start calling people half-wit dogs cunts.
First, we gotta get him on that cross. Get my hammer and nails. Let's get on up that hill. He will come born on locust wings, immaculate as a newborn. He will give us his gospel, the sacred words of his teaching. He will be nailed to a cross and die, and he will be buried. But he will rise again in more perfect flesh. We will eat of that flesh in holy communion and be healed of our physical sins. And we shall inherit this broken
It's just another cutscene you can't do much about. Just gotta sit there and watch it.
See? We prepared everything. It's all ready for you.
What? Don't do this. Please.
Where is your gospel? You're supposed to have a gospel for us. To guide us in our salvation after the end.
The gospel?
The truth. Your guidance. We suffered a long time waiting on you. Well, old Nick, I guess we better put those nails in.
Wait!
Good. That wasn't so bad, was it? What's this? Nick, hand me that. Is that a camera? A record? Of course. How could I not see it? A modern Christ would use a camera, not a book. This is our gospel. How could I not have known? Please forgive me for doubting you. There is no suffering that I do not deserve. I am a worm, festering wound. I must study his lessons. Drive the other nail in and hang him up. You are the light of the world.
No!
You are the light.
Now you can just do that tap and X thing. I gotta get the bandages.
Oh God! Fuck! Fuck! I gotta stop the bleeding. Gotta.
I'll just crouch here so these guys don't spot me.
Fuck! Fuck me! Oh fuck, that hurts.
And here you can just run. I've never had that happen. Okay. Typically, you're supposed to like vault over that, but it looks like I just like climbed up it like a ramp and jumped off. I let this guy see me, so that way I could just run around like that. Guess it made up for it for not even like registering there. Once I see the light, I know to get down. And here's another part you just gotta kind of wait out, but this is only like 40 seconds. Once the light goes out and I see that second like bubble stream, I know I'm good. Let's get some bandages.
Goddamn vultures. How many corpses?
Pick up the camera.
Back earlier. What the fuck?
About here.
Is that a phone?
Find the door. Turn back into it. And I just walk backwards. Until Ludermilch comes out from there. And then I start running. And once the lights fully illuminate again, you're safe.
Hello? Hello? Oh, thank God you're alive. I need you to stay calm. We're going to get you help. We'll get you out of there. I want you to find a place to hide. Someplace safe where you can remember the taste of her kiss when you felt her neck break, you diseased cocksucker.
Now after that, you just come down here. I just like knowing where that door is, because this stuff there you can get stuck on pretty easily. This part kind of sucks. So, stick to here. Go around here. And once I'm there, I know I'm safe. I lock these doors. And I kind of gotta coax these guys to come in here with me. Once I hear that door break, I know I'm good to start running. Yeah, the barbed wire there could really trip you up, because it's hard to see, first of all. Even with the damn night vision on, it's hard to see. And this part has taught me how much it sucks on Insane. On Insane, if you're not running at the end of this, you're gonna get hit by an arrow and die instantly. So I start running like there once I get to the first arrow. You gotta stick to the right here, otherwise you'll get hit. I give myself a couple seconds here. Rest up. Jump. And you stick to the left here, otherwise you will get hit. Get these bandages, and now I'm maxed out on bandages. Game just didn't feel like doing that for me today. And start running as soon as you get up from that, because that guy could hit you, send you into bleeding, make you a little bit slower. But even if you are bleeding, once you like slide down here and you get into this cutscene, you'll automatically be healed. So you don't have to like stop somewhere and use a bandage.
We have you. It's okay. Shh. We have you. The gospel isn't done yet. You will report your own resurrection. You will complete your gospel. Yes, we've returned him to the way of sorrows. So just wait. Take him. When he rises, we all will have our communion.
Don't! Please don't! Please don't! Please! Oh, you crazy motherfuckers! Oh, God.
I'm surprised that Blake has the amount of strength needed to completely rip himself out of a box buried in dirt. But he can't like pick up one of these guys' hatchets or knives or something and start swinging it. I mean, it was cool in the first game, the whole non-combat thing, but in this game it just feels like, you know, there's a lot more opportunity. In the insane asylum, you know, what are you gonna use? Really? Maybe there were, I doubt there were like batons left in the guard stations, and doubt there'd be guns or anything like that. But in this game, like that shovel, for example, that's a weapon. You could beat someone to death with a shovel. I'm just kind of zigzagging here. Trying to avoid these guys, but that one got me. Well, last night I did that without getting grabbed at all, so kind of sucks that one guy got me this time. I'm just gonna rest here because I'm gonna need my stamina. The next part. To do a run jump. This part I do a little bit differently. I mean, it's not a significant change. I still run like this way, and then I hang left here. But my major change is I run in front of this house instead of behind it, and I still get up over here. Running in front of that house is pretty significant because there's like a thing behind the house that'll grab onto you and attack you, and it's kind of hard to avoid. I mean, I managed to do it on Insane. I didn't even know it was there on Insane until like my third or fourth attempt. But then like after that it grabbed nearly every time. So I was like, yeah, let me figure something else out for this.
Thanks.
Nick and Laird are back. this time I run behind the house because that thing isn't there once these guys spawn. I try to put that outhouse between me and them, in addition to that other house. Just like more things for them to hit instead of me. Well, last night I got hit there, this time I didn't, so I'm pretty happy with
What? Don't touch me! I said get your hands off me! Touch disgust me!
the death of Nick and Laird, which I really don't get. I don't know why these guys throw him off of here. I just don't. It makes no sense to me. Why someone who, you know, one guy calls you Grace and seems like he's an active leader of the Scald, and they just decide to throw him out of a thing. I don't know what the hell that thing is onto me. It's a mill of some kind. Watermill, maybe?
The roof. Maybe I could... Fuck.
I still have to, like, listen to the... Because what I didn't know is if you check the recordings in the collectibles list, Blake says stuff. Blake, like, comments on it. I haven't listened to those yet. So maybe that'll give me more, like, story information. And you could also do a... Like, one thing I didn't like about this is the collectibles. It's documents and whatnot. But the documents are, like, handwritten. So, the text is really small, first of all. So I was trying to read them at first, and, like, looking at, like, handwritten text. I'm just like, ugh, God, it hurts my eyes. So I just kind of, like, gave up on it. But I found out that in the collectibles list, you have an option for, they call it clean text. And I don't need the bandage in front of me. I'm at the max, I'm at 3.
You're not alone here.
And for this part, I turn on the, battery. Oh, that's a cross, I never knew that. Not the battery, I'm sorry. I turn off the night vision, which drains the battery. And I turn on the microphone. The microphone doesn't drain battery anymore. It used to, but they patched it out. So that way you could do this part without using any battery.
Jessica, can you hear me?
And shed round me thy presence bright. I need not fear if thou art near.
And night vision won't even help you here. Like, you can't, even with the night vision, you can't see, like, far in front of you. So you just use the microphone to find where Jessica is praying. And every time she says, oh, quickly Blake, or over here Blake, or something like that, you know you found her, and she relocates.
I need not fear if thou art near. Thou art my savior, kind and dear. Quick, the day is done.
Like that, right there.
God, the sun.
So I know I found her.
Down upon. This way, Blake.
Jess, are you there?
And once he asks if Jess is there, it's pretty much over. I just push forward and then I get this scene. And then I just turn on the night vision quickly to reorient myself. In this part I also use a bit of night vision. I'm gonna grab this battery because it's in front of me.
Lake. Okay, get to the other side of the lake.
Actually, I shouldn't put that down yet, because I am going to need that in a second.
I'm not putting a fucking toe in that water.
At least there's no animation that, like, takes time when you're doing stuff with the camera. That'd be, like, a whole nother thing I'd have to learn. At least it doesn't, like, fold it up, put it in his pants or something like that. And now here I'm just gonna walk. recover all my stamina, because here is a run jump. Okay. And I saw a video where someone like turned around and jumped down here after that. I don't know. That'd require more research on my part. Once I get here. I use that, I'm good. This is chapter 3, by the way. This is the shortest chapter, and it's also the least number of enemies. There's not many changes that I made to my run here, because there's not much for you to do differently, honestly. Path is just laid out in front of you. There's not much you could do to make it shorter or simpler. I'm at like 112. I think I'm doing better than I did yesterday somehow. I don't know. Like my time is better, but I feel like I'm doing a little bit worse. Not by much, just like a few things with like pushing objects and sliding, crouching, that whole thing. I mean, apparently that thing's been going for years. I'm just curious as to why it's only now killing the fish. And the birds before. And if it is like a microwave that affects electronics, and that's why the helicopter crashed, and then why doesn't Blake's camera just stop working? Any questions? I feel like they're gonna use DLC to kind of explain the rest of this. Because there's a lot that we just don't know about the story or how this connects to the first game. All we know is that it has to do with Project Wall Rider. One of the collectibles says so. And it's actually the collectible that you get right before this. I think the last document you get. Okay, I want some safe up on here. Just start paddling. You can like manipulate the rocks and turn like on the rocks. Sometimes it just screws up like that. That one was good. Yeah, a lot of people just try to avoid them, but you could, if you do it right, you could gain a little bit of speed coming off them correctly. And this part, you can't do anything. This is unavoidable.
There's no excuse for a boat. Just... Shit! Fuck! Come on! Just... Shit! Fuck! Come on! Those are the ones. They took Lynn. I'm close. I'm almost there, Lynn. because they're dead. Those good Christians. Because God said she had to die. Heretics, they want her to have the baby. Despite God. What will they do when there's no baby? I have to... Jesus. Lynn. I'm coming.
And they just slow this down on purpose, so you can watch that guy get set on fire and thrown into the river. Yeah, but for the most part, this is just a relaxing little journey down the stream. And this is when you lose the raft. That very sharp turn right before you hit the exact rock you need to lose the raft.
Shit! Shit, the raft!
This part is quick. For some reason when I first played the game I expected this part to be like super long. This is really quick.
The raft. Just cross. Motherfucking no.
This is probably like the trickiest one to stay balanced on because it's the thinnest. But the worst one is the one that's in the next chapter where you're getting chased at the same time. But since I'm playing on normal difficulty, I'm not being chased by enemies that are incredibly fast. So I just take a second to position myself before I run across it. No use taking like an unnecessary risk that wastes like a minute and a half. And you just bump yourself there, you get realigned. And this part's a little tricky to control this thing, because you got the current pulling you in like two different ways, depending on what side of the little river you're on. I did something one time here where I was able to like skip a cutscene. And I don't know how I did it. I want to see if I'm able to do it again. Problem is I don't know what I did. So let's find out. I think I just like did it quickly. I think that might have been it. I think I did it like, I think it was like that Marta cutscene where I just did it fast. Or maybe I hit something at this. I have no idea. I'm talking out of my ass. I really have no idea what I did. And maybe if I, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe if I keep myself centered there, that's what I have to do in order to not watch the scene where Blake grabs the side of the boat. Can you call this a boat?
What are they doing to her? think she's somebody's mother? Call me the father. But I'm not. I don't even have it in months. I can be.
I think that's what I did. I think I was able to stay centered and not hit the walls at any point during that one time. And in doing so, I skipped the cutscene. And here's a very small change to the run that I made coming up. But I believe it to be time saving. I get in here, I get pulled into the pool, and now I start running left. And I'm flashing the camera on and off because I don't know where the pool ends. It ends right there. And I ran in the completely wrong direction. Apparently it's supposed to go to the right. I'll remember that for next time. I'm gonna recover here, because this part's killed me, and that was really stupid that this part has killed me. So right here, once I activate him, run down here. I just didn't have enough stamina, and that's why this has killed me. I saw a way on PC where the guy, like, I don't know what he did, but when that door opened, it pushed him, like, back to the end of the hall. I don't know how he did it.
Fuck.
Help me! Wait! Wait!
And if you slide here, I don't think it uses up your all your stamina. So that way I'm not like exhausted. And that's where you get the blood slide achievement if achievements are your thing. And that was really stupid of me. I should have known that you run to the right instead of to the left. Just based on where you are at that point. Just grab that just for the sake of it. This is not a good time for my right stick to just stop working. Yeah, I can't look all the way down anymore. As I walk up these stairs, I'm gonna... Oh, this is bad. Come on, fucking seriously? Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save and exit. I'm gonna fix this. Working fine yesterday. Okay. Still like crunching at the bottom or whatever the fuck. I paused the time. Alright, that feels alright. So since load times don't factor in anyway, I'm just gonna wait for this to load back up. And then I'm gonna hit the timer again. Okay. That feels much better. And that is like the only thing I've changed in this chapter, I believe. Just the fact that you could, not go up those stairs there.
We tried to get her back before the enemy crashed.
I've never had a
But
controller
they-
just
they-
like
Have you seen her?
have a
killed
stick
us.
stop working
The lucky ones they
in the middle of gameplay before.
Get out! We have to leave. We have to.
But it's better than it did. Should be take a left. Maybe because I go left there. Maybe I'm just like confusing times I go left in this school sequence. And once I get that checkpoint, and all these guys are gonna come. The guy with the PC world record does something like absolutely unbelievable there. And I'm not even gonna attempt to do what the hell he does. I'm just gonna do it this way, because this way works for me. Hey, but doing that little save and quit thing did give me battery, so. That's gotten screwed up for me before. Where the guy who's crawling somehow knew where I was, and he like came and attacked me before the other guy broke the door down. So that was awful. I feel like I'm getting exhausted very early here. But I just have to make it here. Alright, library time. Part of the game where I think I rely most on my right stick. Right stick. Just hitting the hour-and-a-half mark now. And obviously this is like not really reflective of the time because of the whole save and quit, loading time without loads thing. I don't know if they'll subtract time for me having to sit on the main menu for a second and A second. It's probably there for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Making my right stick work properly. It still doesn't, by the way. It still feels really bad. Feels like something's crunching underneath it. And I can't look like all the way down. So you run here. Run back. And when you turn around, the door will be open. So I'm gonna get my stamina back before I go into the library. A lot of people like flash their battery here, but I mean, because of my save and quit thing, mine's full. And you just kind of gotta fake him out. That was pretty good. I think I got turned around like maybe once. Still a good library time for me. And obviously I don't need bandages, so I'm not gonna go into jump scare thing with the bandages. Once I get through here, I'm gonna turn around and start walking. This gives me my stamina back. And after you get tossed out of there by the heretic. Oh, this is really bad again. Good. Don't need bandages. I gotta turn around. Sometimes I feel like this game is just like Call of Duty zombie levels bad of getting stuck on things. But then I realized they would have to actively try to be that bad. And that's the part where I just take a second, collect myself, and then I run, because if you just run onto that thing, there's a good chance you'll also just be running right off of it. This part sucks. Little much.
Fuck.
How many times have I finished the game? I have no idea. Maybe 10? Maybe not even that many. 8, 9? This I do differently. As soon as that saving thing comes up, I save and exit there. Because then I don't have to wait for his song to finish. So I guess I do this with 3 save and quits if you count the stupid one to get my right stick to work. But considering my battery use and whatnot, it looks like I could go through the whole game without picking up a battery. And just using those 2 save and quits to replenish. Bandages I would need, but battery, it looks like I don't.
You're not evil, Blake. Just confused.
That was the right stick there. Yeah, if I like really screw up this run and I choke at the last minute, I'm just gonna blame the right stick. No matter what happens. And I do believe that that saves time and it gives me battery, so that is worthwhile. Because you're waiting in there for quite a while. Even if you don't wait for his song to finish, if you just crawl. If you run to the last stall, crawl under all the stalls, then get up and run. I mean, when I do that, I'm just put right where I need to be. Come on, right stick. Don't fail me now. You gotta stick to the left there before running to the right. I made that mistake on Insane, and it got me killed. And here you just gotta crawl up as you clip through that floor. As far as they patched this game like 2 or 3 times and they never fixed that very obvious clip. I'm good on bandages.
Coming.
And this part you gotta start walking back, and as soon as you could run, start running. These guys are behind you. I'm surprised even like the really good PC people haven't found a way to like fake them out and get to the elevator. And then once you get here, you're safe from them. And this will begin chapter 5. The last, like, real danger-heavy chapter. Oh man, this feels awful.
I can still see her. Jess,
This is getting near the end of the game, yes. This is Descent. This is the first part of chapter 5. There are only 6 chapters in the game. This chapter isn't that long. Chapters 1 and 2 are the longest. Normally I clip through the back of this elevator, so interesting that I didn't. And once you hit that 800 feet, you're good. I use my camera here quite a bit. But I have the battery. I can do that.
You're not evil, Blake. Just confused.
see that much, because I got that right in front of me. And then once I get here, I just use that light to find my little jump off point. Unlock and open up this door. There's a thing that PC people do here, as usual, which is way out of my skill level. So I'm gonna do it the way I beat this part on Insane. Which is very safe as well. That's why I like it. It's fast and it's also safe. There are 2 heretics down there. Used to be only 1, but they patched in 1 more. What I do is I run to this little crack in the wall here. Now wait for this guy to pull me out of it. Once he does, I run to this door and I close it. I give it a second. And he despawns. This guy, still there. Go for the crack. Get pulled out. And now I could run safely through here. Pull that back far enough. I think I did. I didn't. It's okay.
If you've done something, I want you to tell me.
And here, just get down on your hands and knees. I mean, I know I'm going the right way, I can feel it, and at this point I can see it, but sometimes I just check anyway, because I never know if I'm like gonna get caught up on something that's not even supposed to be there. The game does that to me sometimes. Not in these crawling parts, but in like other parts.
So be careful, little eyes, what you see.
And here, I just gotta crawl through there. And here you get grabbed. This is another cutscene, so I'm gonna use this time to try to fix my stick again.
What have you done to Lynn? Where is she?
How does this feel? This feels good. I mean, it doesn't, but it feels better. Feels playable.
I want to feel your hunger. I want to see your true face. Your seed will burn this world.
Where's Lynn?
I'm approaching, well, my clock says I'm approaching the 145 mark. But I don't know.
Her infant Lord.
Because of save load time.
Hiding nothing.
Because of the clock was going for a few seconds when
Where is she?
True face.
I quit out to fix the stick.
Show me your true face.
I probably edited all that out. Alright, so here, it's the Val part. You gotta run away from Val.
Help me make this right.
here. I'm alright for a little bit. World record on PC is 147, but PC is so much better optimized, and there's more that you could do that you cannot do on console. So, console world record is 2 hours, 11 minutes, and like 52 seconds. So here, just wait for Val. And I'm already kind of standing by that, so I just hit it. And I shouldn't have hit that with the camera on, because you can't turn the camera off while you're pulling that lever. Good. Yeah, that's just what I needed. Come on. So I'm going to push this down, then before I run after it, I'm going to heal.
What did you do to her?
And then once it bounces back,
You can't keep a secret from yourself.
change direction. I just tried to do that part too fast. I didn't wait. But luckily it didn't end up killing me. Because Val is very dangerous. Here I just want to make sure that I'm high up enough for this to actually break through. And I am, which is good. And here you just fall into the water. Navigate this little barrier here.
God doesn't love you. Not like
Not
I
like I do. And just gotta crawl forward here. If you're playing the game on Insane, going for like a no battery run, this is the part where your batteries are going to be used the most. Because if you get caught up on a rock, Val is like much faster on like Nightmare and Insane. All enemies are. All enemies are twice as fast. So if you get caught up on something, you're done. You gotta go to the right over here. And then this breaks. It's light, which takes me towards that light. I feel like maybe if you go to the right, you could do that a little faster. And if I lose that, I might get a little lost, but I do have the camera now. So that's something to consider for future runs. And you could skip the ladders there by doing that. You could skip them both, but I forgot. Let's skip the first one. Can't do much there. See, there in that scene, they take your camera, but then when you wake up from your little delusion that you're gonna have here, you have it back. I don't know why.
Your father, the Christ we deserve.
So I believe this is the beginning of chapter 6, the final chapter of the game. And I draw a lot of parallels with this game with things that happen in real life. I know a guy named Blake, and his sister's name is Jessica, and she also dominates him in a very similar fashion. So it's very,
You have to tell me.
it hits close to home, this one.
Off of me. Not unless you answer. No. Fine. Then you have to give up. If you say I win, I'll let you up. Okay. You have to say it. You win, okay? You're such a pushover,
Playing with the
Blake.
stick a bit. It's a good thing I'm not playing Counter-Strike on the one. I'd have a hard time aiming with that. So this is the school as it normally exists. I just don't know why these two kids are in school at 9 o'clock at night.
I don't know why you have to be so
And
precious.
school gets out
about
at what, 3?
Did
Yeah, look at it. It's 9:15. What the hell are you doing? Oh no, is it quarter to 4?
So, I don't know.
I can't see very well.
Nerd. Shut up. You are.
That clock says it's a quarter to 5, so I think every clock in this game reads a different time.
Didn't she? Maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to know. You're a nerd too. I know.
After you play this game enough times, you start paying attention to stupid shit like what the clock says. No, it definitely says it's coming up on 9 o'clock. Well, that one did. I thought the other one said it was already 9 o'clock, or like a quarter after 9.
You think your parents are home yet?
No, usually not until after dinner.
You think I could come over?
Yeah, sure. Why?
Why what?
Like, why do you want to come over?
I don't know.
Yeah, that one. Maybe it just loops. Maybe the hour hand doesn't move. It's just forever 8:30.
What don't you know, Jessica?
Oh, sorry.
What are the two of you doing in here?
I'm sorry, Father.
What are you
Walter.
doing in here at 8:30 at night?
Stayed after school for journal? We were just leaving.
Let's step back into class, please.
Blake?
What class?
You're
It's
not in trouble
8:30.
yet, Blake. You don't want to get in trouble, do you?
Just stay with me.
I want you two to tell me what you were doing in here. Were you misbehaving? Do I need to call your parents? Jessica, do I need to call your father again?
No, please.
I only want us to be friends. Nobody's in trouble yet. Does one of you think you can make this right? Jessica?
And if you
Jessica,
remember,
look at me.
we can make this right is something
Will you
that
pray
Val
with me?
says.
Will you help me make this right?
Or help
Why
me
don't you
make
go
this
along
right,
home,
rather.
Blake?
Don't go.
Did I interrupt something between you two?
It wasn't like that.
So I'm getting
What
like
did you want?
a feeling here that
say?
Ludermilch might be a pedophile.
Shame is a gift from God. to let
I'm
you
just
know
kind
right
of
from wrong.
getting that impression from him. I don't know what it is. I'm just getting
Go home and
pedophile vibes.
Stay. I want you to stay.
Blake, please. This is awkward enough.
I'm in here trying to
Nothing's the
molest a
matter, but I
child. This
need
is
you to
awkward
leave
enough.
us.
Please leave me alone.
Don't.
Everything's okay. You can leave, young man. Walk away.
I mean, this is just like so brazen. I don't know how he never got caught. He's just like, he's very open with the other students about what he's doing. And as soon as she screams, you can run back. He even walks like a pedophile. He does this like a creepy stalker pedophile thing. And that's why it has very like Silent Hill vibes to it, like Silent Hill 2. How the enemies are like manifestations of things the character is feeling. That's why Demon Ludermilch has all those arms and all those hands, because he's a child molester. And now that you're back in the real world, Val's dead. The cult came in and killed all of the heretics while you were in that state. Once I drop down here, I'm safe. I probably won't need to reload the camera batteries. I think I'll be good. Especially when I could use natural light like that to just guide my path. God give me voice, God guide my hand. And here I always run out of stamina. That's just what happens here. I still flick the camera on here, even though this is a completely straight path. Because knowing me, you know, I'm on world record pace, and I'm gonna get caught on a rock or a beam. Now I can start running again. And that door signifies the outside. Alright, I'm under 2 hours here.
You're pregnant. How are you pregnant?
Please. I don't want to die here.
I don't think the rest of the
I don't
game
want
takes
a baby to die here.
13 minutes.
I won't let them kill you.
But again, there's a whole save without,
We have to get out of here.
like, time without load category and like all that, so I would have to actually sit down and take the video and do the math to figure out what my actual time is without saves. And I think they'll forgive the part where I just went back to the main menu to
As far from those
fix
places
my
as we can
right
get.
stick.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you just go left here.
Down here. We have to get inside before the baby comes.
It's too dangerous. You can't.
We can't stay out here. Help me down, please, Blake.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Blake.
Jesus. Be careful. Fuck. Fuck. Lynn. You okay? I'm coming down.
Yeah, real
sorry.
cautious there, Blake. Lots of care for your pregnant wife there, Blake. And coming up here is the last,
Back here.
I'll say part you can die, because if you die on like fire or something, then just fuck you. You deserve it.
Okay, I just...
There's a body in that corner. I never noticed that. But this is where Marta comes at you for the last time.
Come on.
I think there's a way to do this like a little faster. Like you cut through there on the left, but either way, I think you have to back up here. But
Jesus
it's
Christ,
a quarter of a second. I'm good.
What the fuck? I think something's wrong.
It's stuck on there on nothing.
It hurts too much. I need to lay down.
And I could do that sequence perfectly. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the rest of the game from this point on is pretty much just cutscenes.
God guide my hand. God give me voice.
God, God, my hand.
God give me voice. God guide my hand. God give me
I don't even know why Blake falls down there. Just to make this sequence. Not nearly as satisfying of a death as Chris Walker when the Wall Rider picks him up and like minces him in a fan in the first game. This just can't kind of seem contrived and like way over the top. You can't even run here. This is just your pace.
Getting worse.
Hurry. We'll find shelter.
It's like the whole world burns.
This path is pretty linear. Lightning strike. Okay, let's just stick to the left of that. And this part, you gotta stop again because it's pain.
Blake.
Is it the baby?
Yeah, she's coming soon.
Really want to know how Lynn knows that it's a girl.
The chapel! We can take shelter!
She apparently became 9 months pregnant overnight. And also knows it's a girl, despite the fact that she was in that mine the entire time.
It's cold.
And you can just cut through that little field that I did before. And you go up this side.
Jesus.
Fuck! The storm's getting worse!
At least there's some more stamina conservation.
Come on, Lynn! We have to get inside!
And cutscenes. Many, many cutscenes. None of them particularly long, though. I feel like the Noth one is longer than it actually is, but... I never actually timed it.
You need to lie down.
I can't do this.
You can! You can do this!
Oh, God. Something's wrong.
Just keep breathing.
Feels like something's wrong. Ah! It hurts too much.
I know, baby, I know. But you can do this, okay? Just keep breathing.
Oh, fuck! Fuck! Ah! Oh, God! Oh, God!
Keep breathing.
It's
Just push.
And a little bit of plot point here. Once this baby comes out, you'll see a shadow on the ground on the bottom right once Blake moves over to Lynn's shoulder. And it's just Blake's hands. There's nothing in them.
Lynn!
Right there. He's just cupping air.
There's nothing there.
And even Lynn says there's nothing there.
Lynn! Lynn! No.
So again, that's just gonna be like DLC stuff that
Lynn! No.
gets explained.
Lynn! Ah, no.
And then after this, there's a very brief school cutscene.
So, Lynn said you haven't even kissed her yet.
What?
Like in Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, you mean drama. The play. We're saving for the, like, actual night.
Uh-huh.
We are.
Okay.
Yes, this stick
Yeah,
keeps
like-
getting stuck on stuff.
Chic kiss.
So, like, is she your girlfriend? Tell me, or else.
Or
Jessica
else what?
asserting dominance, thrusting in with no regard for the Blake health.
got you again.
And then nothing.
That's the child, isn't it? My God. We're taking care of my children. But yours... I am powerless again. The child's too strong already. You've murdered paradise. God has gone silent. Since the storm, the birth. Who will he have if he destroys us all? Who will he have left to punish? I killed my children. All of them. Every last one. There's no more perfect faith than that. And still, God is silent. Kill that child if you can. If you love anything at all, crush its skull under your heel. I know God doesn't hear dead men, but I expect he answers them.
And it's the end of the knot scene. We're 207 now, so I'm good. Could probably sub 210. Just this, and I walk outside. I walk down a path, and then I just run into Jessica at some point in the school again. So this is the chapel that I hid in the confessional in chapter 1. And this is the village. Looks a little different in the day. It's a little different when people aren't trying to kill you. Can't run here, unfortunately. Wish you could. And you just gotta make your way around that well. If I remember correctly, that's just the well that gets sucked into. And all the cultists kill themselves by drinking hydrogen peroxide. And then you get nuked. Here you can run.
Hey, Blake.
You just gotta find Jessica.
Try to find me over here. This way, Blake.
As soon as you grab Jessica's hand here, that's time. Time. 2:09:06. So, new world record by like,
I'll never.
well, 2 minutes, but then there's more.
Never let me go. Now the light has gone away. Savior, listen while I pray, begging thee to watch and keep, and send me quietly to sleep. Watchful Savior, wash away.
So I'm gonna have to
All
end
I've
up
been
doing
wrong
some
today.
calculations here. I'm gonna have to
Help me every
calculate
day
the
to be gentle, gentle, more like thee.
the time without loads, how much time I spent in load screens and stuff. So 2:09:06 can be improved on, of course, if people find out how to do the PC glitches on console. Yes, it is a world record. Doge 214. So I'm probably gonna do editing on this video. I'm gonna cut out the beginning and the ending. I'm gonna put a timer, like in the actual video. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna put a timer in the actual video as well, just so there's no confusion. And then I'm gonna have to like calculate it with and without loads. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully this gets accepted with the submission and all that. So, time to download this video.